It's here, the Minecraft 1.22 update coming to the game in 2025 has a huge possibility to be the end update, with possible new biomes, enderite, mobs, new structures and more. Today we're going to talk about all the hints and teasers which Mojang have been leaving, giving us our first look at the end update coming to Minecraft. Before we dive into the end update, please if you could hit that like button and subscribe, that'd be massively appreciated. And now you've done that, let's get on with today's video. So, for Minecraft's 15th birthday anniversary, the Ender Cup was hosted in partnership with MCC. This cup featured a whole load of mini-games, events for the community to enjoy, and overall it was really fun. Leading up to the event, we got a whole load of cinematics, graphics, and advertising all around the end, as the name was Ender Cup. But overall, there was no reason for it to be called Ender Cup in the first place, and nothing really warranted it. I mean, it literally could have been called anything, and it would have made just as much sense. You could have called it the Dirt Cup, the Diamond Cup, or even the Wooden Door Cup. Who knows? It wouldn't have really mattered. So this is our possible first big hint that a reworked end could be on the cards in the future. We've seen it with the Nether 4 years ago, and the end seems like the next likely place to undergo a rework. I mean, Mojang must know about the current demand for the end update, surely. Now let's talk about the Nether update as well, as 4 years ago, the Nether was pretty much what the end is now, abandoned and not much going on. And that was until they released 1.9, which brought in brand new biomes, wood, etc. and gave the Nether a whole new look. It gave players a reason to keep going back into the Nether, as before this update was released, there was also just as much demand for the rework as was seen with the end, with specific ores talked about, such as netherite at the time. And we are now seeing the same demands and discussions with enderite and other ideas to fill up the empty space we currently do have in the end, from craters, rocks, structures and biomes being a couple of the things spoke about by the community. And announcing an update to do at the end would be the most exciting update Mojang could release right now, and would provide them so much free advertising from the update being talked about over the next few months leading up to its release. After 1.21, with the company focusing more on replayability with a Tricky Trials update, and even saying themselves they won't hesitate to rework other elements and structures of the game to make them more replayable, could we see a mob spawner type structure for the end, or a challenge type structure, and not just our typical end cities with shulkers, but an actual fresh new structure which provides some kind of challenge like the trials to get rewards and loot and allow you to keep coming back to the end. As right now, other than the Elytra and shulkers, you really have no reason to keep coming back unless you use end blocks for building. And speaking of the Elytra, it wasn't so long ago we saw Mojang messing around with the durability of it. And in recent snapshots, we see a clear focus on transport and redstone. Are these two possibly linked to the transport and the Elytra? As we all know how useful Elytras and rockets are to get around the Minecraft world. Maybe a new end update could provide the changes to the Elytra's durability, and as we discussed previously, could a new challenge type structure be involved in the new redstone experiments they are currently working on? Even when making and planning this video, there are just so many hints and teasers which link back to the end. From it being one of the only areas in Minecraft to be so empty, and only ever having one major update bringing in end cities, we really could have a full proper major update to the end at some point. And this could be clutching at straws, but recently they've also been patching bugs in the end regarding end crystals and the dragon egg. Now bugs happen all the time and always need to be fixed, but surely if you're going to provide some major work to an area, you'd want it to be nice and polished before you went to work on it. And I think we can all agree at some point the end will need an update, if not in 1.22 then in the future, as it really is just so empty in comparison to the rest of the modern game. Even some caves, plantation, craters and rocks would go a long way to make the area look a lot nicer. An idea I personally thought about was somehow adding some kind of meteors to link to the crater idea going around. Make these meteors crash and provide better loot, whilst also creating maybe a type of raid, a bit like we see with villagers in the overworld. Instead, these would be end raids, and we could also have end villagers which provide villagers trades which are specific to the end. This would also give them an excuse to bring out some new end mobs, which I think we can all agree would be great to see. And if they do rework the end fully, this would also allow them to work possibly on a new dimension if they wanted. I'm not saying they will, but this will give them the platform to definitely work on a new dimension, as if the end's complete, that means they don't really need to do much more with the Nether or the end, which are currently the only two dimensions in the game, other than the overworld, of course. That's all for today, though. If you do want more update videos, click this video on your screen now. Goodbye, and have a good day.